Hi everyone. This is a quick tutorial on the topic of the week, vocabulary on the week, but mostly on the grammar point of the week, which is comparison, comparing superlative and comparatives. The topic of the week, describing cities, and the vocabulary on the week will also be implicit. You will be working with it later on your online class. So let's start with this a brief paragraph. I want you to take a look at it. I'm going to read it really quick for you. I consider Monteverde is more fascinating than San Jose. Even though San Jose is more cosmopolitan, it is also more crowded, and I think crowded cities are stressful. I know Monteverde is definitely more expensive than San Jose, but it is way more beautiful. For example, while San Jose has more bustling streets, the streets in Monteverde are narrower and quieter. Monteverde is also smaller than San Jose, and I can continue with the idea and the description. This is just a brief description. So when I indicate so, I want you to pause it and look for um, words that are used to describe each of the city and compare each of the cities. So please pause it for a moment. Okay, so these are some of the words that you may have found. If you didn't find them all, don't worry. So as you might see, we have here more expensive. Let me unlock the. We have here more expensive, more fascinating, more cosmopolitan, more crowded, more expensive than, more beautiful, more bustling, narrower, quieter, smaller than. So here we have a combination of superlatives and comparatives. Let's take a look at this. So the comparatives, you just need to add er at the end of the adjectives, and we use this er only for short adjectives. How do you know if an adjective is short or if it is long? Well, the easiest way is to see if it is monosyllable or if it has more than two syllables. If it only has one syllable, like big, if this syllable is consonant, this syllable, if this syllable is only, it has this formation consonant and a vowel and a consonant, then we need to double the last consonant. This doesn't happen all the time, but we're gonna take a look at that in a minute. Then, in case when you have more than two syllables, you're gonna use more plus the adjective. For example, crowded. So we say more crowded instead of crowded, right? Crowded, two syllables. Then we have to use then. Okay, so this is the spelling. It's important for you to understand the spelling. Again, one syllable adjective with consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant. Then you double the last consonant before adding er. You have probably studied this in other courses. That is why I'm going just explaining this as a review. And it is also important to consider this. Dirty and smelly, they have a Y as their last sound, or last, in this case, letter and sound. So when that happens, we dropped the the Y, and we change it for an I plus the ER. Smelly, we drop Y, substituted by I, and then we add ER. Here we have some exceptions. This is important to consider because some students always ask me, Cindy, should I say, for example, simpler or more simple? Well, some two-syllable adjectives can take either er or more. For example, the syllable simple, the adjective simple. You can say simpler or more simple. Narrow, you can say narrower or more narrow. And quiet, you can say quieter or more quiet. I personally prefer to use these ones, but it depends on you. You have to choose which one sounds better or sounds more natural on you. So this is basically it. We're gonna write phrases. We're gonna write sentences comparing two cities. We're gonna have one city in one side in this case, one city on the other side. And in this case, after verb to be, we have the adjective, which is long in this case, and more. Then it's important for you to use then um, after fascinating in this case, after the adjective, but we don't always use it. Let me explain why. It says even though San Jose is more cosmopolitan, we don't have to say than Monteverde because it's implicit. It is also more crowded. We don't have to say than Monteverde because it's implicit. At least you want to use both words, one in one part of the sentence and the other at the end, then you have to use them. But if you are not mentioning the other place because it's implicit and you don't want to repeat again and again, you don't have to write them. This is a perfect example. In this first sentence, I mentioned both Monteverde. Let me change this. I mentioned both Monteverde and San Jose. I have Monteverde at the beginning of the sentence, San Jose at the end. If I am using both nouns or both cities in this case, we need to use than when using comparative with long adjectives. But here, even though San Jose is more cosmopolitan, it is also more crowded. I am only mentioning San Jose. Since I am only mentioning San Jose, I don't need to write then because I'm not mentioning Monteverde. Because if we don't want the paragraph to be repetitive. Okay, later on you will later on your online class you will see that you will have to do a similar paragraph, both written and oral. The written, both of them, you will have to send them to me. And if you have any question, just send me an email and I will answer you as soon as I can. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy your class.